Good afternoon, fellow classmates and doctors. Today I'll be talking about synesthesia. Can you hear the colors? What is synesthesia? It is a neuroscience phenomenon not yet fully understood in the way people experience it. Synesthesia is a state in which incitement of one tactile range causes automatic and atypical encounters in a second unstimulated tangible territory. This regularly happens between modalities, for example, seeing hues while listening to music or feeling material shapes while tasting substances. Although extensive research has been done, the neural mechanisms still remain a mystery, and exactly what causes it still does too. A standout amongst the most widely recognized and strongly examined types of synesthesia is grapheme-colored synesthesia. This is where a synesthete will see a digit in a certain color, but it will correlate to another character in a different color. For example, some see 2 as orange, but it is blue, and 7 as red, but it is green. A striking observation is that all synesthetes see different colors for the same graphemic cue, which is peculiar as it brings forth more questions to be answered. Synesthetes can report both colors the character is printed in, as well as their synesthete color. Here we can see a basic understanding of what a grapheme-colored synesthete would see when looking at a word. As you can see, each character correlates with a digit with an alternate color. The letter S matches that of the number 8, and notice that A matches that of 9 in color. This can also work in vice versa, so if that only the digits were to be seen, characters would correlate for the digits. The early researching phases of synesthetic research revealed that synesthesia is a characteristic passed on through family. It has remained suggested that a genetic distinction or single nucleotide polymorphisms, SNPs, may be responsible for either diminished pruning or diminished interference in the synesthete mind, stimulating extended activation. It was shown that cases were high in women and lower in men. 2 theories to date revolving around synesthesia. There is the Ramachandran and Hubbard theory and the Grosson-Bakker and Lovelace theory. The first revolves around cross-activation and the latter on disinhibited feedback. Now we will look at a short clip on how grapheme-colored synesthesia and synesthesia in general works.
Imagine a world in which you see numbers and letters as colored, even though they're printed in black, in which music or voices trigger a swirl of moving colored shapes, in which words and names fill your mouth with unusual flavors. Jail tastes like cold, hard bacon, while Derek tastes like earwax. Welcome to synesthesia, the neurological phenomenon that couples 2 or more senses in 4% of the population. A synesthete might not only hear my voice, but also see it, taste it, or feel it as a physical touch. Sharing the same root with anesthesia, meaning no sensation, synesthesia means joined sensation. Having one type, such as colored hearing, gives you a 50% chance of having a second, third, or fourth type. 1 in 90 among us experience graphemes, the written elements of language like letters, numerals, and punctuation marks, as saturated with color. Some even have gender or personality. For Gail, 3 is athletic and sporty. 9 is a vain, elitist girl. By contrast, the sound units of language, or phonemes, trigger synesthetic tastes. For James, college tastes like sausage, as does message and similar words with the "ige" ending. Synesthesia is a trait, like having blue eyes, rather than a disorder, because there's nothing wrong. In fact, all the extra hooks endow synesthetes with superior memories. For example, a girl runs into someone she met long ago. Let's see, she had a green name. Deezer Green, Deborah, Darby, Dorothy, Denise. Yes, her name is Denise. Once established in childhood, pairings remain fixed for life.
Ramachandran and Hubbard. Since areas that can identify letters and numbers lie nearby a local, the color processing area, V4, The included ability of seeing hues when watching graphemes may be because of cross-enactment of the V4 region. This is due to the failure to develop plasticity properly. We must then consider whether synesthesia is due to the breakdown of neural development. It is recommended that it is a marvel that will give us insight into the neural psyche. Instead of an actual excess of connections, there may be a failure of inhibition between adjacent regions. This may cause leakage in areas that are usually insulated from each other. Grossenbacher and Lovelace. It is well known that information travels from primary areas, but can also travel back on the wrong path from higher order cortical regions to primary sensory regions. Generally, the stability of excitation and inhibition are preserved. Yet, if this response remains inhibited, then indications approaching from future phases of distinguishing may affect previous phases of distinguishment, the type that would initiate visual cortical regions more in synesthetes than that in non-synesthetes. Moreover, hyperconnectivity between the sensory cortex and the amygdala explain the heightened aversion synesthetes experience when seeing numbers printed in the wrong color. Conclusion. With advances in modern technology and more research being done, we are slowly moving towards the cause of synesthesia, but for now it is not yet fully understood. Through numerous experiments, it has been shown not to be an effect based on memory, but rather a genuine phenomenon. Fun trivia time. Do you have synesthesia? If you answer yes to these questions, then you might have synesthesia or some form of it. Do numbers or letters cause you to have a color experience? For example, does the letter J mean yellow to you, or does 5 make you perceive purple? Do weekdays or months have specific colors? For example, does January seem like yellow and December like red? Do certain words trigger a taste in your mouth, such as lolly trigger the taste of sweetness in your mouth? Or do you feel a sense of touch when you smell things, such as when you're in your mum's kitchen and she's cooking pasta and you can smell it? Can you feel like you can touch that pasta? If you answered yes to most of these questions, then you might have synesthesia or some form of it.